House on Pleasant Street channel here on YouTube. I'm going to continue with some work on the old house. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue with work to the back porch. In a previous video, I had already taken down the old paneling. And I've kind of exposed this little vaulted ceiling. This is a newer roof up here. But as you can tell, the rest is all 102 years old. The old vintage window still there. I think I may keep that. I had laid some OSB plywood. And what I want to do now is I want to lay down another layer of 3/4. And because this is a little bit springy, I do have some styrofoam insulation under here. But I do want to lay a layer of 3/4 inch plywood. And then I've got some vinyl tile that I want to lay down in here. And then I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do. I'm obviously going to do some insulation. I'm probably going to leave this ceiling vaulted. That's I was kind of all over the place with this one, whether I take the roof off and put a deck, this and that. I think for now, and of course I may always change my mind. For now, I think I'm going to leave this vaulted. I'm going to insulate. I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do with this old cedar shake back wall. Probably going to end up, because it doesn't go all the way to the ceiling, I'll probably end up peeling all this off. But for now, I just want to get some of this 3/4 inch plywood cut and screwed down on this surface here. Beautiful day to set the saw up out there. Okay. Okay, here's our fresh 3/4 inch plywood, all screwed down. Now let's play with a little bit of insulation and see what we're going to do up with this. Okay, so started a little bit with the fiberglass bat insulation. So I've just got a little bit done right now. So what I got to do now is, that's my biggest cavity I have to insulate up there. So I would have to start with that one first before I tackled the roof. So I think what I'm going to do first is I'm going to start taking down all these old cedar shakes. And I've already started. Hope I'm not bouncing you too much. I probably am. All you can see, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel off all these old little seedlings. It's all right. Okay, so I've got the porch completely stripped down. So this is the wall I wanted to expose. And it's not because I didn't like the cedar shakes. It's because they didn't go all the way to the top. And I want to do this kind of like this vaulted effect. So, I kind of like the way this looks now. And of course, I've been all over the place as to how I'm going to finish this. But I think I've decided I'm going to go with the small tongue and groove pine. I think that'll be good for this room, since this room, I am insulating it, but this will not be, this is basically, this is just a porch, an entryway to the house, so it will not be heated, for now anyway. So, maybe it's a shame to hide these big planks, but, this is kind of what I want to go with now. I'll show you what I bought. So this is what I bought here, and I've used this stuff before. It's the V-joint. It's pine. It's very thin. It's tongue and groove. But it is real wood. And I think if I put that out in a unheated porch with some proper primer and paint, it should hold up quite well. Now, is it silly to cover up those 100-year-old planks with this piddly little stuff? I don't know. Maybe it is. But the planks are very rustic, and they're very rustic, and you know, there's quite a few big gaps in between them, and then this is the blown in cellulose, so this would always be falling down. And then of course I still need coverings for here, and I need coverings for up here. So you know, I suppose I could leave the planks there. I'm on the fence again now. I don't have any planks for here. I would have to find some old planks to sort of match. I'm not sure. I thought if I would drywall or sheetrock, I thought that maybe that would not hold up in an unheated room. Anyway, I bought all this pine. I think I'm just going to go with it. I think I want to lay it horizontal, and eventually I want to finish this porch a little bit, trim out this window again, and maybe have some kind of a bench seat for storage and some hooks, and we'll have a light, maybe just mount some kind of a light over here. Anyway, yeah, I actually think it is a shame to cover this up. My gosh, that must be 15 inches across. But oh well, it'll be there for the next person if they want to unearth it someday. I think I can't really leave these kind of gaps. And plus where they drilled to inject the insulation, there's these big holes here. Yeah. Anyway, I do have it documented, so I will know and everyone will know that this is underneath, if they ever want to bring this back to life. Okay, let's get started. So I got 3 bundles down, or 2 bundles. This is the third one. And this is kind of the look I'm going for. Now, I'm still, I'm thinking out loud here. Now, the whole point, obviously, is to paint this either in white or pale yellow, make it look bright, and make the porch look finished. But I just can't help but be bothered by covering up this beautiful large lumber with this piddly paper thin stuff. I don't know if I'm going to regret it. Let's take one more look at this. Excuse me. Sorry, did I say 15? It's 12. It's a 12 inch. It's a full 12-inch board. Yeah, it's a nice board. Yep, another one there. Another 12-inch board. Anyway, I think I'm going to carry on. So this whole porch would be made into this paneling, and it would then be painted. So, okay, just thinking out loud here. I'm just thinking out loud. Don't mind me. Okay, it's a beautiful day. It's been a couple days since I was in the porch. I did a little bit more. I got all the way up to the roof on this side. I've done a little bit over here. And I've just did a little bit more here today. So now I'm up to this old beam. Not sure what to do with the beam. Had maybe some ideas of leaving it exposed. It's got a nasty hack here from way back. I'm not sure. And then there's kind of a step here. So I'm not sure how I'm going to tackle this. In the meantime, I think I'll just progress. I got my chop saw set up. I'll just progress with this little stuff here. I know this wall, this exterior wall, if you will, is the kitchen. The inside of the kitchen's on this side. That's insulated. So I think I can carry on with this. I'm probably just going to leave the light fixture. I'm probably just going to leave it here. Put some kind of a pot light that shines out this way or pointing up or something. So I think for now I'm just going to keep boarding up this way. I'm going to leave the beam alone a little bit for now because I got to think about what I'm going to do. And on this side, I need to frame this out so it comes out a little bit more this way so I can get some insulation. That is an outside out wall, so I want that insulated. So I got to build it out. Again, I've got this other big lip. Got this other big lip on top of the window, so I want to build this out at least to here. And I've got a little bit of the old rough cut 2x4s that I could use to sandwich onto this. And then I'll be able to put some batt insulation in there and carry on. But for now, I'm going to keep going up here. Let's see if I can get any more of this done today. And we'll check in a little bit later. It's another day, and work continues in my porch renovation. I'm on to this window wall now. Yesterday I put in some framing members. I had some old rough cut 2x4s that I've installed this way with another piece running this way, so I have something for the ceiling to attach to. I've insulated and I've started with a tongue groove. I've got the bottom done. The little side trims and pieces, this will most likely be done with window casing. We'll cover all that up. This is a cosmetic repair. There's insulation in the walls and roof, but there's no vapor barrier or anything like that. I just wanted to add a little bit of protection. This is going to be an unheated room. So I'm hoping that I'll get this wall finished today and I could start strapping the roof section and start insulating that. And once that's done, I can lay my boards. Planning on laying my boards in the same orientation. And once that's done, I can jump into this beam and how I'm going to cover this up. I think this evening I may go out and try to find a light fixture for here, some kind of a pot light or something that could point up to the vaulted section. And this will also allow me to progress in the evenings because I've had no light in here now for quite a few months. But anyway, I can get a light up here, continue with this pine, and then hopefully get some primer on here and eventually paint. And then eventually jump in and put some flooring down, baseboard and trim, and finish this out like a proper mudroom, somewhere where all our shoes and coats can be hung and stuff. Okay, I'm going to carry on now. Okay, I'll get this back wall done, and that turned out okay. So what I'm doing now is I jumped into the ceiling here, and I've decided I'm going to run my boards, I'm going to run them this way. So kind of opposite direction of what the walls are, but that's what I'm going to go with. So I had to install some of this strapping, and this strapping is actually very nice stuff. It's 3/4 inch, and it's actually what used to be in here. It's what used to be the old ceiling. So it's 100 years old, and I had all these planks outside, so they're still a little bit dark, a little bit wet, but the wood is absolutely perfect. So that's going to help to hold the insulation up as I make my way up, and then I'm going to run the the thin lats this way. The ceiling cavities, well, that one's 24. This one's a bit more. And this one's quite a bit more, so I'm going to have to come back and put some more insulation in. But this is what I'm going with. When this is all wrapped in a blanket of insulation, I'm going to start with the tongue groove running this way. And yeah, it's going along well. Repurposing old stuff, and it only will have cost me one bundle of insulation and a couple $100 for this paneling. So not bad, not bad. So the roof part ceiling is taking shape. I finished this up here last night. I'm going to continue this morning, try to finish the ceiling. That's kind of the look we're going for. It's a lot of wood, but it will be painted. Okay, so I got the ceiling all done, 100%. It turned out pretty good. It's okay. I got the beam taken care of, so I decided to do the beam in this fashion, linear. And I've got the seams sort of lined up with how the wood is coming this way. Got a little piece of lumber in here. I came back with this other little strip, try to kind of finish it off. I'm still going to have to put a little piece of trim in here, a little piece of trim in here, and I'll have to do some kind of a corner bead on here so I can camouflage this. Where it was jagged around the door, I've added another little section of trim all around. I think once that's painted white, that's going to look good. So that goes all the way around the door. So it's going to make the door seem like it's got a bigger casing than what it already is. Now over here, I got the same thing. The wall's a little wavy here, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. If I'm going to fill that or just leave it. Maybe have this in pale yellow and have this in white. Not sure yet. But yeah, it's coming along. So I'm just starting with my little bits of trim that I'm ripping down the same type of lumber, and I'm just going to make a little border all around like I did in my front room, and that's just to hide the cracks in the edges and give it a little bit of a more finished look. So it's coming along. It's coming along. I just got to finish up this pine, and I'll get some trim around this window, figure out something in this corner, and then we'll prime this up. Okay. Okay, so my paneling is all in, as you've seen. You probably just saw this a second ago. Here's my primer. And I'm just going to start with one light coat. The plan for now is to make everything in primer and then come back with a top coat of yellow. Subject to change my mind. For now, that is the plan. So I'm going to keep rolling, and let's see again what this looks like when I'm done. Okay, well, here's one coat of the white primer. So it kind of has a little bit of that whitewashed look, but yeah. So I'm not sure if I should do 2 coats and jump into the yellow, or should I just slap the yellow on here? I mean, this stuff is pretty good. 2 coats would be better. I do have a full can. Let's see how this goes. I'm not sure. Okay, so here's my porch. It might be hard to see. It might be hard to see in this light. Here's my porch, all painted in the yellow. So I've got 2 coats of the pale yellow. Maybe you'll see more against the white door. So that's the look I'm going for. I've got 2 coats of yellow. I think I'm going to leave it. I may come back after and do a little bit of filling of all the knot holes. I might. I got my new light fixture up. I'm going to show that to you without blinding you. Let me point that pot up there. There's the new light fixture. So that looks okay. Very inexpensive. That's basically a $10 or $12 light fixture from IKEA. In fact, the bulbs cost more than the fixture. But that's going to work quite well in this little room. So, I'm going to start on my floor. This is the exact same floor that I've used in my IKEA kitchen and in my bathrooms. At the time, I bought enough so that I could do pretty much everything I wanted to do that wasn't going to be left in wood. So I'm going to do this floor, and I just also bought some trim. I'm going to put some new trim around this window, and I'm going to trim this door out maybe a little bit better. Okay, and I'll check back once I got this done and see what it looks like. See what our little porch transformation, see what it turns out like. Okay, it's about an hour and a half later, and there's my floor. My porch floor is down, and it's the Uniclick solid vinyl. I've used this before. Goes down very nice, looks like stone, and maybe you can see the walls a little bit better in this light. It's not very nice out, but there's my yellow again. So I like it. It's going to be a match with the kitchen floor. So let's throw up some trim. Okay, well, here's my finished porch. That's going to wrap it up for this one. I got the IKEA hooks last night, so those look good. Got all the trim painted in white. It's just such a small room, it's hard to get any good footage, but at the window, all painted, all trimmed out and painted. There's still a little bit of jagged, I came back with the razor blade and cleaned up the glass, but a lot of the jaggedness that you see of the paint is actually on the outside of this old window. This is a 100-year-old window. On the outside, they've added screwed on an aluminum panel, so there's not really any access to the inside. So this is going to be okay for now. The trim is all done. Looks good. I did do the nail hole. Sorry, not the nail hole. I did the knot hole filling, and I came back and I did some touch-ups. So this is the porch. Sorry, very hard to see. The flooring looks good. The door looks good. The light fixture looks good. We got some nice height. And I was at IKEA last night, like I just mentioned. I got the hooks. And I wanted I want a storage bench, an area to sit, to put your shoes on and that. And they were out of stock of the one I wanted. They had a brown one, but I wanted the white one. So that's for future. I would have liked to have this in the video to show it, but we will get the bench eventually. And this was my my mudroom back porch project. Certainly better than it was. Okay. So I went back to IKEA last night. Like I had mentioned, they never had the bench I wanted. And I called to try to order one online. And turns out they did have some in the store. The white ones were in a different location. So and there it is. I like it. It's a finished product. Okay. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.